EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from Northwest Stadium.
On the ready.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this one.
Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it, and boy, did they ever.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. They get 12 yards on that pass. 1st down, Washington.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
1st and 10.
Let's go.
On play action, Daniels. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. He's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's go. Mustang 19. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
Throwing again. Daniel. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a 1st down.
To the air again is Daniels. Quick throw here is complete, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for a Commanders 1st down. Now give on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. They'll look to set up the screen here.
Daniels pass to number 34. That's a gain of 8. Brings up
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down.
Come on. Set. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
70 Timberwolves.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Commander. That touchdown, number 19 on the year. Greg Zuerlein now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. What a way to kick off and drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
Once again, it's Barkley. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Big Johnny Newton there for the stop.
Brings up second and 9. And the Commanders
From a couple yards beyond midfield, here's second and 8.
Oh, 18. What's up? Whoa, ball.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Open space to the 35. And he'll take this one in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that is touchdown number 25 on the year. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, really would you? I should probably sound a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that drink, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drink.
Get it! Cowboy 80! Get it!
His drive will start on the ground. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 6.
60 Bison! 60 Bison! Ready!
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Hold it ready! Ready! Check up!
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
And it's just a really nice job responding after giving up that early touchdown. And sometimes adversity early in the game can kind of be a good thing, Mike. It kind of snaps guys in and says, hey, we got to lock in, dial into our game plan, dial into our prep. So came out a little sloppy, gave up the opening drive score. Now they settle down, and they're able to get a stop.
And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go. Tony. Under.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Barkley. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Second and 10. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
A gain of 14. First down, Eagles.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, South. 18. What's up? Buggy.
On play action. Stroud. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They're going to have it 1st and goal. He'll be out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. It is a big play for the Eagles. 41 yards. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal.
Oh, hey, look the hot. 118. What's up?
Now a give, but here comes a reverse. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
That one complete to Jalen Lane. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And that is incomplete. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Daniels. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley, and he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
All right. Hey! 18! What's that?
Here's Barkley. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game. Force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away. And then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Here we go.
And in motion is Brown. They'll run the counter with Barkley. He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give them 8 on that carry.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard.
All right.
On the ground, this is Barkley. Huff running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
14 yards. That's good for the Eagles. 1st down.
All right.
1st and goal, Philadelphia.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
3rd and 5.
Get it!
They'll throw with Daniels. A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Ready.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go now. Ready.
On the toss, they'll run. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. J-Licks Hunt. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his first on the year.
Ready,
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
70 Lions.
To throw is Daniels. That's into the hands of Lane. He's got it. So the Eagles use their first time out here, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. He'll let it go deep left sideline. And that is caught. Well, he stayed in bounds. A terrific catch. What a play on 4th and long. 33 yards.
Go.
Now it's the Arizona product that is Ja'Cory Koski-Merritt. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Catch. Cougar 19.
Throwing is Daniels. That one broke it up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down. Really nice play.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down.
60 by 6. Ready.
Throwing now, Daniels. That one intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house.
Oh, the ball's out. The Commanders come up with it. He's inside the 30. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery. And the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable with Reed. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Red. Oh, red. Whoa. Look the hot.
He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Go. Buggy. Look the hot. Hey, south.
Now Stroud. He's going to go deep. Looking for Reed. And he will go all the way. Jaden Reed Touchdown, Eagles.
Eagles.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, right?
Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Forced out wide. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Daniels. That's to Corey Krosky-Merritt. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. 3rd and inches. Daniels now going to look to throw. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Let's go now.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie first-round pick.
And these are the types of plays they envisioned when they invested a first-round pick on this defensive back just a few months ago. I mean, he's entered the league, Mike, with a reputation for having almost offensive wide receiver type ball skills. And those ball skills were certainly on full display that time.
Oh, ready?
On first down, it's Stroud. He'll let one go down the middle. That one underthrown and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This returnable with Reed. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. Man in motion is Brown. Here's a handoff to Barkley. He gets free. And he will score. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Elliott on now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Eagles will extend this third quarter lead.
Commanders 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A run to begin the drive, and it's Krosky-Merritt. much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Here's third down and a few inches.
Ready.
They'll try to pick it up with Krosky Merritt. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's first and 10.
And the Commanders first down.
Now this time they'll look to throw. A screen set up for Krosky Merritt. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Back downfield, he's got Sinnott, the tight end. That pass play good for 22. First down, Washington.
Here we go.
First
Bronco
down.
80.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Daniels. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Ben Sinnott was the intended receiver. It's second down.
Steady.
Daniels gonna throw again. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different. But
that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on fourth down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you can see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 17 and 18 on the year. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready?
From the 35, it's first and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
60 Eagle.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. That's a short one caught by Sinnott. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And the Commanders are going to be set up 1st and goal. Couldn't reach the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball. They get the man, and it's no gain.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. And
good blocking, and he's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Washington.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable with Reed. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll run it here with Saquon. And he's able to fight through one tackle here, pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Taxi.
2nd down throw for Stroud. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here we go. White top, 18. That's it.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This one is caught by Reed. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go.
He works free, right side. Big strides, look at him go. And he will score. Dallas Goedert, touchdown Philadelphia. Elliott now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Eagles are going to extend their lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Start the drive with Krosky-Merritt. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here we go, set. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Off he goes. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
34 yards.
1st and 10.
And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Daniels with a give to Krosky-Merritt. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 6.
Bronco switch, bro. Here we go.
4th quarter begins on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, touchdown Commanders. Extra point try now for Zerline. He's got it. And the Commanders are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable with Reed. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
All right. 18, what's up?
Quick throw on the RPO to Goedert. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
He'll air it out down the middle. That is brought in. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Eagles. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game. He's got 19 on the year. Here's Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Get it. Panthers.
Daniels now on 1st down. And for a 3rd time intercepted. That's the safety, Jalen Thompson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Here we go, let's go.
Stroud to throw here on first down. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Hey, south. Hey, Uno Mars.
Throwing on second down. Stroud. The open man is Reed. He's got it. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the pick.
And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
That's good. For Eagles, first down.
On the quick, right?
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
We're going to put a man in motion to the right. Stroud to throw here on first and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a big up of 6. Brings up second and 4.
On second down, Stroud. Now a screen set up for Barkley. There he goes again. And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles stretch things out even further.
Elliott kicking off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Ready!
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. Moving to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. That's to Trusty Merritt. We'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
Ready, break! Let's go now.
They'll go. Here's Daniels. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Hey, uno. Ow, beside. White, 18. What's that? Hey, Uno Mars.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of...
And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will add one more onto their big lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniel. Throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
50-yard line.
Go!
On 1st down, Daniel. Headed left, buying time. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Another
Here we go.
Washington Commanders.
On the give, Krosky Merritt. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Back! Ready!
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in.
All right, Mike, so think back to earlier in this game. The coach decides to be aggressive. He's successful on 4th down. He decides to do it again. This time, the defense has other ideas and comes up with a huge 4th down stop.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. They'll try to set up the screen here. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Already.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, they need 5.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Stroud. That's to the right side. Caught by Donis. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
Gain of 11 on the play.
Here we go.
And an Eagle first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
A second down throw for Stroud. Right back to Brooks, and he's got it again. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. It's going to be third. They need 1. Here's Stroud. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
At the 39-yard line.
Stroud to throw here on first down. This one is caught by Reed. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down, Eagles.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That is caught at the 3. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out for the win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Get up. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And that ball's incomplete over the middle.
And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing bad throws.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And we will not have a return. This one hit in the field of play and bounces out of bounds. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Man in motion is Brown.
18. What's that? South.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Johnny Newton, his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Number 5 for him on the year.